What I'm about to share with you today is not small news. It's not noise. It's not internet rumor. This is one of those moments that makes you sit up straight and say, yes, our military is fully awake. So before you even blink, tap that like button, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, because stories like this deserve to be heard all the way to the last second. You don't want to miss how this one unfolds. Now imagine a place so wild, so rugged, so dangerous that even the name alone sends shivers down the spine. A zone buried deep inside Borno State known among locals and security circles as the Timbuktu Triangle. The terrain is unforgiving. Thick forests. Hidden paths. Natural cover everywhere. For years, this place has been a comfort zone for terrorists, a so-called safe haven where they believed no one could touch them. They planned attacks there. They hid weapons there. They trained fighters there. They launched terror into nearby communities from there. To them, it was their fortress. Their shield. Their playground. But here's the part they never saw coming. The Nigerian military looked at that triangle and said, enough is enough. Not with empty talk. Not with press statements. Not with drama. With action. Special forces moved in with sustained, calculated operations. Not a random raid. Not a rushed mission. This was patience, intelligence, precision, and firepower working together. Day after day, pressure kept mounting on these terror cells until the walls started closing in. And when the dust finally settled, the numbers told a story that shook the entire insurgent network. 22 ISWAP fighters wiped out. Yes, 22. Gone. Removed from the battlefield. 22 fewer threats to farmers, traders, travelers, families, children, and innocent communities trying to live normal lives. But this wasn't just about numbers. This was about who fell. Among those taken out were high-ranking commanders. Real decision makers. The brains behind the chaos. A KID, a senior commander responsible for coordinating major operations and strategic movements. 2 Munias, unit leaders who controlled fighters on the ground and carried out attacks. These weren't foot soldiers running errands. These were pillars holding their terror structure together. Think about it this way, if a company suddenly loses its CEO and 2 top executives in one blow, the entire organization enters confusion. Plans collapse. Communication breaks down. Authority becomes shaky. Trust disappears. That's exactly what just happened inside the terrorist network. Their chain of command took a massive hit. Their coordination got shattered. Their confidence got rattled. This wasn't just a military win, it was a psychological earthquake for the enemy. And while all of this was happening quietly in the forest, many people in the cities were scrolling, chatting, sleeping, living normal life, unaware that men and women in uniform were risking everything to keep the country standing. That's why stories like this matter. That's why you should stay connected, stay informed, and keep supporting platforms that bring you these real updates. Now here's what makes this even more powerful. This operation wasn't isolated. It's part of a bigger strategy. The military has stepped up intense intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, tracking movements, identifying hideouts, mapping supply routes, spotting collaborators, understanding how weapons move, how funding flows, how recruitment happens. It's chess, not checkers. Every piece of information gathered fits into the next operation. Every observation sharpens the next strike. Modern warfare is no longer just bullets and boots. It's data. It's timing. It's disruption. It's cutting oxygen from the enemy until they can't breathe anymore. And that's exactly what's unfolding across these hotspots. Slowly but surely, the news is tightening. You can feel the shift. You can sense the momentum. The terrorists are no longer as comfortable as they used to be. Their hideouts are getting exposed. Their leaders are getting hunted. Their supply lines are getting choked. Their freedom of movement is shrinking. Pressure is mounting from every direction. And this is where you come in. Because this fight is not only happening in the forest. It's happening in our conversations. In our attitudes. In our communities. In how we support our security forces. In how we discourage extremism. In how we encourage peace, opportunity, and development for young people so they don't fall into the wrong hands. So I want you to jump into the comments and talk to me. Are you encouraged by what you're seeing? Do you think military action alone will completely solve the problem? Or should government push harder on rebuilding communities, creating jobs, improving education, strengthening local intelligence and restoring trust in affected areas? What more do you think Nigerians can do, from prayers to advocacy to moral support to demanding better welfare for our troops? Let's have a real conversation. No noise. No insults. Just honest thoughts. If stories like this motivate you, inspire you, or simply keep you informed, don't just watch and disappear. Like the video. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications. Share it with someone who needs to hear that progress is happening, even when it doesn't always trend on the front page. Because while the enemy hides in the shadows, our forces are standing firm in the light, and stories like this remind us that Nigeria is far from asleep.